What's up and welcome back to NFL Matchup. And we are here. Week 4 is here. There's a lot of turmoil going on with some teams in the league, man. And we are picking every single game this week. Once again, we've been doing pretty well with these picks, man. Before you do anything, make sure you do yourself a favor. Like this video, man. Subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on so you don't miss a thing. We do this each and every Thursday. Pick every single game. Tell you what's going to happen in those games, man. Like I said, as you can see, Earl knows it all. You see it up there, man. Hey, I'm pretty good at picking these games. So we give you some great content as well. If you're not familiar with our show, you only see these matchups. We also do a show called Bird Talk where we talk about the Atlanta Falcons. And we gave you 2 episodes this week, man. A lot going on in Atlanta with the Atlanta Falcons. A lot to talk about. I do that with my partner, B. Woo. We also give you Cover 2 with B. Woo and Earl Knows It All, where we recap every game from the league, talk about all the latest news in the NFL, man, and give you the highlights of what happened in each and every week. And we also give you Pick 6 on Sunday mornings, man. Our 6 picks guaranteed to get you some dough against the spread. So, like we said, man, make sure you do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and make sure that you like this video, man. Tell a friend as well, man. Share the wealth. We're doing some great things and some great NFL content right here on this channel. Cover 2 boys, man. We make sure we do our thing. Well, without further ado, let's get right into the first game of this week, the Thursday night game, man, happening here right as you're watching this, maybe. The Seahawks taking on the Cardinals. Now, these Thursday night games, they usually try to make them a game between division rivals because it's a short turnaround. There's a lot going on. The Seahawks have been a kind of surprising team for me, man. I didn't know if I could really trust Sam Darnold. They've had some great wins so far this year, beating the Steelers in blowout fashion with some good special teams play, some good defense, and they smacked the Saints last week as well, which is to be expected. The Saints are one of the worst teams in the league. Now, they lost their opener, so they're 2-1 coming into this one. Lost their opener to the San Francisco 49ers, and that was a tough, hard-fought game as well. And the Cardinals, who host this game, come in at 2-1 as well. Now, they've had an opportunity to, play some lesser opponents in the Panthers and the Saints. They handle their business in those games. They lose a game late on the last drive against Mac Jones and the 49ers to fall to 2-1. So, interesting game here. The Seahawks are favored in this one on the road on a Thursday night, and I think the Seahawks will cover this one, man. I got the Seahawks taking it 24-20. Cardinals are breaking out some new uniforms. They're kind of old but new, I guess, the way you can look at them, man. So I think this is where we start seeing these rivalry jerseys now start to pop up. So it'll be fun to see that. If you're watching the game, you can look out for that. But in this one, I got the Seahawks taking it 24-20, going on the road, covering and winning the game outright as well. Now, we go to our next game. The Sunday slate starts off in Dublin, man. The NFL is going overseas. They do this each year. I guess we start off our in September, kind of getting things going overseas now to Europe to play some of these games. They'll play a game in London. I think they also play a game in Germany this year as well. And we start, like we say, here in Ireland and Dublin. And the Steelers are the home team in this game. So, go figure. I don't know how they determine who gets the home game. Maybe they flip a coin, or at the owners' meetings, they decide who's going to be the home team in these. I don't think it's based on who's closest to the actual destination that they're playing in. So the Steelers are your de facto home team in this one. So beautiful thing about these games, probably not for the teams, but if you're a football fan, you probably are since you're here watching, you get football all day, starting at 9:30 Eastern time. This game, of course, will be played all the way down to, midnight when the Sunday night game ends. And you get Monday night games this week too. So not the best Monday night games. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But like you said, all day of football. That's never a bad thing, man. If you're an NFL fan, you love that. Now, the Vikings, of course, have been an interesting team. They're 2-1. They absolutely decimated the Bengals last week, a battle of backup quarterbacks. Now, the funny thing about that is Carson Wentz, of course, is the quarterback in Minnesota right now. And the Steelers, a team that's 2-1, they've not necessarily looked the best, man. Aaron Rodgers is kind of, maybe on his last leg. You don't know. I think this one is a pretty tough one to pick, but I like the Vikings defense in this game. The Vikings defense was great last week. A pick six, a fumble return for a touchdown as well in that game, man. And their defense ruled the day in this one, man. Have a little bit more than what the Steelers have. I got them winning this one in Dublin, 21-17, covering the 2.5, and winning this one outright as well. So I think you take the Vikings in this one, man. Games are interesting because, like I said, they can be a crapshoot, man. You know, you're playing overseas. There's not really any home field advantage. You're on a different time frame, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams handle that. The next game we have here, if you saw our power rankings that we had as video, and we'll actually cut that down and drop it on Friday as well to show you what our power rankings is. Top 10 power rankings for myself and B-Woo coming into this week. Both of us had this team as either 1 or 2. I had those as the number 1 in the NFL. Now, we didn't do all the way down to 32, but if we did, the Saints would probably be right there in that last spot, man. Now, unfortunately, this is a very big number, 15.5, and this one the Bills are at home. Like I said, they've looked like the best team in the NFL all year. I don't foresee that changing in this particular matchup, playing at 1 o'clock on Sunday. The Saints are just match, man, and they're going to probably have this issue every single week. I told you, Saints fans, batten down the hatches. This is going to be a rough season for it to continue to be. I think the Bills will cover this one easily, actually. I got them winning this one 38-10. Josh Allen is a beast. He's maybe arguably the best quarterback in the league. I'm sure Patrick Mahomes probably feels a way about that. I'm sure Lamar Jackson feels a way about that, but you can't argue with him, man. If you say Josh Allen is the best player in the league, best quarterback in the league, you got a good argument, and he's been proving that so far this season. And it's been pretty easy for him, man. Look for James Cook to get off. They got the kid over there from Florida State, who's a good young receiver, Coleman, who is a fan favorite, and he's starting to produce as well. So I think they'll put up a big number in this game and easily cover that 15.5-point spread. The next game we have, a game near and dear to the people here at Cover 2, and it's hard. The Falcons taking on the Commanders. Now, as you can see, the Falcons are 1-point underdogs at home. A lot of turmoil this week in Atlanta. A lot of talk about should the offensive coordinator still be the offensive coordinator. Well, they fired a wide receivers coach first and foremost. They got shut out by a Panthers team that was not very good. The Commanders, of course, handled their business. They're 2-1 coming into this game after beating the Raiders with Marcus Mariota, their backup quarterback, at the helm. Now, Mariota and, of course, Dan Quinn, the head coach, have some ties to Atlanta, both former Falcons and different at different times. And I'm going to go out on a limb on this one, man. It is as bad as it is been perceived here in Atlanta. Now, of course, if you watch a lot of my content, I've been telling you it's very unacceptable what they've done here, and getting shut out 30-0 is definitely unacceptable. I don't trust the brain trust in Atlanta, but I think there's still a lot of talent there, man. I still think Michael Penix Jr. is a young quarterback that can get going. I think they have to get on the same page. Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator, is moving down to the sideline now, and you're facing a backup quarterback. If Jaden Daniels was in this game, I probably would definitely go with the Commanders, and I think the spread would be a lot different if Jaden Daniels was a starter. But I'm going to go with Atlanta Falcons. I think they get up off the mat, try to regroup, move to 2-2 with this one and win it 28-20. They will cover an outright win as an underdog at home. Now, next game pits the Los Angeles Chargers going to New York to take on the Giants, another team that seems to be mired in a little bit of controversy already after 3 weeks having to make a change at the quarterback position. They've moved on from Russell Wilson. They handed the keys to young Jackson Dart. A lot of people were calling for this after week 1. Of course, Russ put up 450 yards against the Cowboys, who are proven to be a pretty bad defense. So maybe that was fool's gold because he struggled again against the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football last week. And the Chargers, ho-hum, they're 3-0, leading the AFC West. Surprise, surprise. They got Justin Herbert, a great young quarterback over there. And Jim Harbaugh, a proven entity as a head coach. He wins everywhere he goes. Is this the year that the Chargers, break my rule of saying never trust the Chargers? And this one, I am going to trust the Chargers, man. I want to break the rule. A rookie quarterback making his first start against a team that's 3-0 with a pretty good defense as well. Aggressive head coach and Jim Harbaugh. I think that's the recipe for disaster. I don't think it gets better for the Giants just yet. Jackson Dart may show you a little bit of something in this game, but overall, I think he's going to struggle. I think the Chargers will handle their business. They'll cover easily in this one, 31-20. And, maybe it's just bad juju in New York. You've seen Daniel Jones leave New York, Saquon Barkley leave New York. All these players leave and have success elsewhere. Maybe it's just an issue with that team and that organization. It's not the players, man. So I don't know. Russell Wilson, like I said, was demoted. So we'll see what happens with Jackson Dart. That's a game I'm keeping my eye on because I want to see the young rookie quarterback make his first start, see how things go in that game. But I think it will be rough sledding for him in his debut. I got the Chargers winning that one 31-20. Our next game, these have been two of the worst teams in the league, two 0-3 teams. The Texans surprisingly are 0-3, but maybe not if you look at kind of how the season ended for them last year, the way they played. It's been a struggle offensively. CJ Stroud, who had a great rookie year, kind of had a sophomore slump last year and continues to have some issues this season as well in his third year. They are not trending in the right direction. But sometimes the perfect thing to get you over the hump is facing a team that's worse off than you. And I think the Titans are definitely in the worse position right now than the Texans. That's why you see this big number of 7.5 for the Texans. Now, I think the Texans are still going to have a rough season this year, even though I think I did pick them maybe to win this division, but I'm second guessing that definitely now with the way the Colts have come out. And I think the Jaguars are probably in a better position than them right now as well. But this is the game to kind of get things turned around. You got to win the games that you're supposed to win. They have a very good defense in Houston, and I think they get after the young man Cam Ward in this game and win it 21-13. I got them covering that one as well. Like I said, 7-point spread in that one, and I think they take it by just over a touchdown in this one, 21-13. The next game could be considered the game of the week, man. You got the Super Bowl champ Philadelphia Eagles going down to Tampa to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This will be a fun one. Two teams that are 3-0. We get a great matchup here, undefeated teams. Tampa Bay, surprisingly, has kind of come from behind in each one of their games and won. The Eagles have not had the cleanest look at some of their wins, but they're undefeated. They just keep winning as a champion. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, right? If you watch my content, you know I'm an Eagles fan. Go Philly Dogs. The Dogs came through for them last week with Jordan Davis getting a big block and, of course, taking that one to the house to end the game and running 19 miles per hour almost. Fastest run by a man over 300 pounds in NFL history since they've been tracking that. And you saw Jalen Hurts, of course, when they made a phone call to Jordan Davis on Sunday Night Football, the FaceTime call. What did Jalen Hurts say? Man, I said them Georgia boys going to come through for us. And that's what they do. And that's why I'm a fan of those guys, man. A big Georgia Bulldog fan and a big Philly Dogs fan. So I'm going to continue to run with Dogs, man. And I take the Eagles in this one 28-24. However, Buccaneers are a good team. And I'll be honest with you, this could be a preview of a matchup we see in the playoffs a little bit later on in the season. So keep an eye on that. I think both of these teams are poised to make a run deep into the playoffs. It's like Baker Mayfield and the toughness that he has, but I think the championship pedigree of what you see in Philadelphia will be able to hold off the Buccaneers. I don't think they get their come from behind victory in this particular game, and they will suffer their first loss going against the Eagles this week. This next game, it's a difficult one to choose for me, man. The Panthers, of course, are coming off a game that they look like world beaters against the Atlanta Falcons, winning 30-0. They kind of lucked into the perfect matchup for them, man. A team that was not prepared, not ready, and everything that could go wrong for them did go wrong. And the Patriots are a team at 1-2 that, kind of has struggled. They fought hard against the Steelers, but it's just right now, I think they're still trying to kind of work out the kinks with Mike Vrabel as the head coach. Now, I will say I think the Patriots being at home in this game will do them well. 5.5 points may be a little bit too much. I even said that last week when it was 5.5 on the road when the Falcons played the Panthers as well. I think the Panthers will keep it a little bit closer than that, but I do think the Patriots win this game. I got them taking it 20-17, closer than the experts think in this one, but I do think the Patriots get the job done. But if you're betting at home and you're betting against the spread, take the 5.5, man. I think the Panthers will keep it closer than that. Our next game pits the Cleveland Browns against the Detroit Lions. Now, the Detroit Lions have gotten off to a great start. They lost that opener against the Packers, but since then they have bounced back. They come right back and say, you know what? Let's catch our breath. Let's get this thing going. We don't have both our coordinators from last year, but let's show people who we are. They got a big victory, maybe one of the best victories of the season so far, as they manhandled the Baltimore Ravens. So I think they come into this game maybe on the highest of highs. And of course, Cleveland, a last-second victory against the Packers, who coming into that week, last week, a lot of people thought the Packers were the best team in the NFL. Favorites maybe in the NFC to get to the championship. Still, teams, of course, are the Packers. But one thing I'll say about the Browns is that defense is very good. They got a veteran quarterback, so they don't make mistakes. They're going to keep a lot of these games close. The Lions are one of the more explosive teams in the league. We've seen them put up 52 on the Bears, 38 last week against the Ravens. They're going to score a lot of points, but I think the Browns keep this game closer than that 10-point spread. So if you're taking the 10, man, the Lions win this one, but I think it's closer, 24-17. The Browns are going to be a tough out. They may not win a lot of games, but you're going to know that you've been in a physical matchup against them, man. And I think they continue to show that in this one, but Lions will take it and move to 3-1 on the year if you're scoring at home. Our next game, we get to our 4 p.m. games now. The Jaguars of Jacksonville travel to San Francisco or Santa Clara or wherever they're playing. On the 49ers, and of course the boy genius Kyle Shanahan. Now, as of right now, I'm not 100% sure if Brock Purdy will be back in this game. But to me, I don't think that matters because we've seen one Mr. Jones do pretty good in the stead as the backup quarterback coming in to play in these games. Now, the 49ers, like I said, are undefeated. One of the undefeated teams left. They've gotten off to a great start. They seem to be kind of pacing themselves. I think in this one, Jacksonville still has some growing pains they're going to go through. I like the 49ers in this game, 27-17. I got them covering the 3.5 and winning this one, going away actually 27-17. I think it'll be a tough matchup for the Jaguars to fly out to the West and take on one of the better defenses and better teams in the league as of this moment right now, early in the season. So if you're scoring at home, we'll take the 49ers on that. We got to move them to 4-0 on the year. Surprise, surprise. I picked the 49ers, team that I don't really like, but we're giving you what we think will happen in these games, man. Now, next game that we have here, the Indianapolis Colts, the surprise team of the season right now, undefeated at 3-0, traveling to LA to take on the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams absolutely blew the game last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, up 26-7 in that game. They allowed them to come back, and then with a chance to win it at the end still. With a field goal, they get it blocked. That was the second field goal they had blocked in that game. It's very difficult to win a game when your special teams performs like that and when you allow a team to come back. So, like I said, tough outing for the Rams, but I still think the Rams are one of the better teams. I had them winning the NFC West this year. I still think they're poised to do that now. Of course, they're working back in Matthew Stafford, who had the injury at the start of the season with his back, but he's still been playing. They're one of the better teams. Got a good running game. You got Devontae Adams at wide receiver as well. As great as Daniel Jones has been, man, and I went against them week 1, and since then I've come to my senses, but they have not played the greatest opponents so far. Don't believe in the Broncos, so I was expecting them to handle their business in that one. The Titans were kind of a easy team to handle, and the Dolphins have been obviously one of the worst teams as well. So you got 3 opponents that, maybe the coach shouldn't be favored against, but if you're going to be a good football team, you should handle your business against them, and they've done that, and they've been a good football team. So I give the Colts a lot of props, but I think this week they crash back down to earth. I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams to win this one, 27-22. I think Daniel Jones continues to play well, man. Don't turn the ball over. He seems to like this offense a lot, but I don't think they have enough to beat the Rams going out to play in LA. I'm going to take them in this one, and the Rams will move on to 3-1. Colts will suffer their first loss of the season in this one. Now, our next game, 4:00 slate. The Bears finally got off the schneid. The perfect elixir for a team that's in trouble is facing the Cowboys, and the Bears proved that last week, man. They get a big victory manhandling the Cowboys. And the Raiders, who, of course, started off 1-2. Interesting game here. Pete Carroll and company. What do? They're at home. They face a Bears team that maybe they should be able to take care of. But this is sort of like a pick'em game, man. The Bears are actually the favorite in this game. So I'm going to take the Raiders, man, to win this game and win it outright. I trust Geno Smith, man. They wrote him off, but he didn't write back. I think he gets back on track in this game, handles his business. I got the Raiders winning this one 24-21. Give the young running back the ball a little bit more, too, as well, man. Let's see what Genty can do. And let's see if they can get back on track and get another victory, another W in that win column, man. Our next game is probably, again, one of the biggest games of the season. Two 1-2 teams. If you told us at the start of the season the Ravens and Chiefs would be 1-2 coming into this one, I probably would have said you're crazy. I thought the Chiefs would start off a lot better than they have, and the Ravens have shot themselves in the foot in 2 of their 3 games already this year. They probably should be 3-0. They handled their business until the end of the game and blew the Buffalo Bills, and then again with a chance to maybe come back and tie that game up, or at least make it closer than what it was, or continue to pace themselves or stay at pace for Lions. Another untimely, unexpected, kind of well, now it's becoming a trend. I was going to say unlikely that this guy does this, but he's been doing it now twice in 2 big games for him. King Henry comes up with a big fumble late in the 4th quarter, man. They got to get that taken care of. The Ravens, if you're going to be a Super Bowl team like I predicted, you have to take care of the football. You have to close and execute late in games. They have not been able to do that. It's unfortunate that they've not been able to do that, but apparently I'm afflicted with the shiny things and the great players and singular talents that they have on this team, because I am going to pick them to win. They're 2.5-point favorites going on the road. I think they will cover. I think they handle their business against the Chiefs 28-24. They need this game, and the Chiefs need it. Honestly, both teams need it. This could really essentially be like a knockout game when you look back at it later on in the season. Falling to 1-3 this early in the season, trying to fight your way back up is going to be very difficult. Now, the Ravens in a division that may be a little bit more in that stature, because the Bengals don't have Joe Burrow. He'll be out to December. The Steelers have not looked great, even though they're 2-1. And, of course, the Cleveland Browns are 1-2. And, they're going to be a tough team, but you don't really have to worry about them winning that division. So the Ravens may be better positioned. The Chiefs are chasing after a Chargers team that looks pretty good right now. And, the Broncos, maybe they can cause some issues, but I think the Ravens definitely will come out on top. Like I said, the more desperate team, and both of them are pretty desperate, but I think they'll have more desperation and win this game. Hopefully they become a lot more serious about closing out games. Now our next game leads us to the Sunday night game. Michael Parsons makes his return to Jerry's world. The Packers are 7-point favorites in this one. The Packers have been on a pretty good roll the first couple games of the season. They stubbed their foot a little bit against Cleveland. Cleveland is a tough team, man. Like we said, pretty good defense. They can get after it. They got into a slobber knocker, as the great John Madden used to say, against the Browns in that game. But again, what did I tell you earlier in this episode? The perfect elixir for getting healthy is taking on the Cowboys. Cowboys probably have the worst defense in the NFL. They definitely cannot cover anything, man. And I think this is a chance for Jordan Love to get going and get on the right page with his receivers. And Michael Parsons is going to be hunting. I'm sure he wants to come into this game and show Jerry what they did wrong, why they should have kept him, why they should have paid him. I think this one can get ugly for the Cowboys, man. I got the Packers winning this one 38-28. Should be a very entertaining game, though. Very fun game. CeeDee Lamb, I think, will probably be out of that game as well with a high ankle sprain. So Cowboys could be looking at next year already, man, kind of like they're accustomed to doing since 1995. Now, we told you we got 2 Monday night games, man. Unfortunately, these Monday night games, whoever made this schedule, they had a lot of faith in these teams, man, because they scheduled this game, and 2 0-3 teams on Monday night is not good, man. This early into the season, we should not be getting a matchup this bad. Now, you would think the fortunate thing is, well, we got 2 games, so you have to watch this one. You just hold off for an hour and, don't pay this one any attention. But the other game is no great shakes either, and that's because of some injuries that have occurred as well. And just, I don't trust Bo Nix, so we'll talk about that later. You got the Jets flying down to Miami to take on the Dolphins in this one. And much like I said about the Cowboys, the perfect way to get healthy is playing a team that's worse than you, man. I think the Jets may be the better team in this one, man. Now, remains to be seen, man. The Dolphins, of course, are, like I said, 0-3 as well. They've looked pretty bad. Tua and McDaniel and just everything going on down there seems to be dysfunctional right now. At least with Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields, you kind of got, a team trying to build some culture. They're 2.5-point dogs in this game, but I like the Jets to cover this game, and I like them outright, actually, to win it 24-17. If this was a game I could stay away from, I would. But we promise you here that we give you each and every game, and we got to cover it. So I think the Jets will take that one now. We told you the other Monday night game is no great shakes as well. The Bengals are 7.5-point underdogs traveling to Denver on Monday night. Now, I don't trust Bo Nix. If you heard this show, you've heard me on any content. I don't know why people were so invested or thought that maybe Denver is going to have a great season this year. And a lot of that leans towards Sean Payton and also by proxy, Bo Nix. I saw a lot of Bo Nix, like I said, in college, and wasn't impressed with him. Surprised that he was a first-round pick, and have seen him in the NFL and haven't been too impressed with him either. Even though he's had some moments against some bad teams or some good matchups for him. But in this particular game, I think the Broncos will win the game, but I think it'll be close, and it'll probably be a stinker, man. Brown is probably going to turn the ball over too much. If he can get Jamar Chase going, man, and T. Higgins, maybe they have a chance to win this game. But I think the Broncos will hold on and win it 21-20. But I just think that 7-point spread is just too much for a Broncos team that, to me, just isn't that good. They're 1-2. The Bengals, of course, coming to it 2-1, but they just got smacked by the Vikings. And I think the Bengals will have a tough time trying to get their footing without Joe Burrow, and I think they will cover this one 21-20 and take the 7 points if you're a Bengals fan, man. Now, those are all our games for this week 4, man. You guys comment below. Tell us what you think. How are your picks going so far this season, man? How are you liking this information and these shows that we're giving you, man? Not only do we give you NFL matchup, we also give you Bird Talk each and every Monday. We give you Cover 2 with B. Wool and Earl Knows It All on Tuesdays. And like we said, we have this show on Thursday. And we give you our Pick 6 every Sunday morning as well. So if you like what we're doing here, man, do yourself a favor. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video and tell a friend, man. Share. And we'll continue to bring you the best NFL content. That's what we promise to do here, man. So like we said, do yourself a favor. Make sure you comment, like this video, subscribe to the channel. We will see you again next week. Have a great one.